They finally made a perfect camera? What? I gotta see this. Hey, welcome back to Gears and Tech. I came across this video from one of the channels that I really enjoy watching, Corridor Crew, and I was blown away. I know these guys know a lot about cinematography, a lot about special effects. They have some really great series. If you have not checked them out, they don't need my endorsement, but you should check them out, Corridor Crew. I am subscribed to them, and I got a notification of this video, and it got me really excited. Not only because they said they finally made a perfect camera, also because it's made by DJI. Now, you may have seen my other videos already where I reviewed the DJI OSMO Action, which I compared to my GoPro Hero 8 and to my Hero 9. DJI is making some really great cameras, so it's no surprise that Corridor Crew might be saying that they finally made a perfect camera. What I don't know, is this just clickbait? Because sometimes they do have some pretty bold titles and they're a little bit underwhelming in the delivery. We're gonna find out together if this camera is really as great as they say. I'm excited to review this and to do a reaction to that camera unveiling as we go through. Hey, before we get too far into this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. If you have been to this channel at least one time before, that means that this is your second time and you are still not subscribed. Obviously, you're enjoying this content. Obviously, YouTube wants you to see this content because you're seeing it again. We have a lot of return visitors, but we're not getting the subscribers like we hoped we would. We're counting on you to subscribe so we can make better content. So, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button and the bell. This algorithm will just get blown out of the water and it'll just tell the whole world, I like this video. And with that, let's get back to the content. Actually, Corridor Crew made fun of Linus Tech Tips for converting all of their cameras over to RED cameras, and they built their perfect camera a couple years ago to show how LTT was actually foolish in ways to spend so much money on that equipment when they really didn't need it. Now, I'm not gonna get into a debate on if the REDs are worth it or not, but I do know that the REDs are quite costly. So for you and me, I can't afford a RED. I'm still filming on a GoPro. Hopefully this is a more budget-friendly camera. Looks like carbon fiber. Got some carbon fiber and a lot of other sweet stuff.
They have constant updates coming out. The thing is, as they do those updates, the evolution of the cameras is iterative. Oh, we got a 4K sensor, now it's a 5K sensor, now it's a 6K sensor. Oh, we could record at 72 frames per second at full resolution, now it's 96. It's all these little tiny steps. They keep getting better, they're nice cameras, but if they just went out and made the perfect camera right from the get-go, well, they wouldn't have an updated camera to sell you the next year.
Okay, that raises an excellent point, and I use a story that I heard when Steve Jobs was making the first iPhone. At the time, there were smartphones out there already. They were largely powered by Microsoft CE. It was a horrible OS, and we don't need to spend much time talking about it. So in the design room where they had the whole team meeting, and they're like, all right, guys, we got this great idea. We're gonna make this phone, and it's gonna have a screen on it. It's gonna be an internet browser, a telephone, an emailing device. Yeah, it'll have like 3G cellular, and it'll have Wi-Fi. We could do like a camera, a really high resolution. Like what if we had a camera, a really good camera on it, and Bluetooth so they can connect their headphones to it, but we'll have a headphone jack and they can listen to music and like apps and stuff because we've got this screen and this little computer. And Steve Jobs was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If we put all of that on the first one, what are we gonna do next year for the second one? This can't be the best it can be. It needs to be really good, just a little bit better than the other guys. And so they pulled off the Bluetooth. They pulled off the wireless G. They pulled off the high-end camera. They released the phone and everybody clapped and cheered and, oh yeah, it's so awesome.
This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone.
The bottom line was, he ingrained in the team right from the start, do not give them everything you think they want. Hold stuff back so that we can have new iterations, new versions. And that's what they're talking about here, is that cameras really haven't been pushed to really break the boundaries. They've all been happy to just slightly one up the other one. That allows you to sell cameras year after year. And so DJI has said, we don't care. Screw that. We're just gonna come out with the best camera right from the start and blow everyone out of the water. That's what we're proposing has happened.
What could those possibly be?
That's crazy.
Right now you have to put your camera in a gimbal. And DJI was like, you know what? What if we put the gimbal on the camera?
I love what a gimbal accomplishes. I don't like fiddling with gimbals. It's one of the reasons why I use a GoPro for my filming, because the hyper stabilization allows me to get rid of all the fuss of a gimbal and get close to the same performance. What they've done here is truly cool, because the body right there, you can see the body of the camera. Let's circle it here. This is the camera. All the guts, the battery, all the weight of it is down in here. And then all you've got is the image sensor up there and the socket that you stick the lens into. So the gimbal doesn't have to do a whole lot. As far as stabilization goes, there's not a lot of weight there to have to stabilize. So it allows them to make it cheaper, presumably, and you get that weight down low. So you also will get a little bit of stabilization effect from that as well.
So DJI is like, you know what? Now we got a stabilizer arm. That's right. This gimbal has...
That's a little bit suggestive. I'm sorry. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but Nico, come on.
Another reason that having a gimbal built into this camera makes it special is that it unlocks tracking. So you can actually lock onto a subject in your frame and focus on not running into something or falling over, or if you're on a mobile, not crashing. And the gimbal will always keep your subject framed up, which is pretty amazing.
Active
and really
Track
a lot
Pro?
of really cool shots. So this is huge, actually.
What?
This is a paradigm shift.
Okay, I have a drone, and they've basically stuck a drone on a handle and pulled the propellers off of it and included the same technology that makes my drone hover. They've taken everything they learned from their drones, shoved it into a camera body with probably a really big battery, so it lasts a little longer than my drone. My drone's about 25 minutes of battery life, and then stuck a super high resolution image sensor on it. Now that I see it, it's like, well, obviously, of course, why wouldn't you do that? But yesterday, before I saw this, I would not have thought, yeah, just stick that on there. That's so good how that works.
This camera comes with an external wireless monitor using DJI's proprietary wireless video transmission system. It lets you transmit video up to 20,000 feet with low latency. What's a special wireless, right?
20? It is a drone. I don't even know what this costs. I have no idea what this costs. Let's look up real quick. What does a DJI Ronin 4D cost? Oh, there it is. How much does it cost? Whoa! So, a little sticker shock here. According to Google, the 6K camera, which is the one that they just showed, is about $7,200 US. So about $10,000 Canadian. I need a lot of likes and views before I can afford a $10,000 camera for this YouTube channel. So I already asked you to subscribe earlier in this video, but tell your friends about this video so I can save that $10,000 and tell you what my real hands-on impressions are of this camera. This has me wondering. I just showed you all of the features that this has, and a lot of it is basically just a drone that is attached to a handle. Am I ready for this? No. Is this camera awesome? Yeah, if I had 10K, I would go buy it. No doubt, I'm very excited about this camera. It is awesome. It does a really great job of giving you the ability to get the footage that you want to get without all the setup. I'm really excited about the technology and the paradigm shift, as they talked about in this video, that has just happened with cameras. I think it won't take long for a lot of these other companies to mimic that. And I think that that technology will trickle down quite quickly. You can get a DJI drone for around $1,000 with a lot of the features and technology that's in there. So they could make a consumer level model that's not a pro level model, and it would be great, and I will be watching out for that. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Gears and Tech Reacts. Don't forget to check out some of our other videos over here. There's a lot of great content in our back library, and we'd love for you to check it out. But until next time, this has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.